Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Goodyear Baseball Complex in Goodyear. Tom Garbison for Southwest Sports Network and its play-by-play coverage in the 2015 National Classic. Today's game, the Underclass Division Championship game. And it features Club Spawn and Wilson MVP, and we're underway. As Club Spawn, the designated visitors, I guess by way of how they fared through pool play and elimination, run differential, and all that good stuff. And so it's a ground out to start the ball game as Michael Padilla led off for Club Spawn, their center fielder. He grounds out for the first out. And now the number 2 hitter in the order, the shortstop, Tyler LaLiberty, and he takes strike one. Matt Armendariz will bat third and play second base for Club Spawn. Jose Pacheco, the pitcher, bats fourth. And now they count 1-1. Hitting fifth is the catcher, Jesus Moreno. Alex Buckman will bat sixth and play first base. Daniel Cervantes in right field is seventh. Ball foul to the netting, and they count 1-2. Hitting eighth, the third baseman, Drew Johnson. Jake McFarlane will bat ninth and play left field, and Luis Noriega is the extra hitter batting 10th. And the 1-2 pitch, and a fly ball hit out to center field, but playable out there, and that's put away in center for out number 2. Lucas Hamza gets the start for Wilson MVP, and he's retired the first 2 hitters. His battery mate is Jacob Cavalieri. Drew Ball plays first base for Wilson MVP. Brennan Blakeman at second. The third baseman, Michael Venable. And at short is Michael Kittleson. Easton Irwin in left field. J.J. Rollin in center. And Aiden Callahan in right field. Now Armendariz with a ground ball into the hole at short. Kittleson bobbles and will not have a play. 2-out error keeps the inning going for Club Spawn in the top of the first. And it brings up Jose Pacheco. Bright sunny day here at Goodyear Baseball Complex. It's the spring training home of the Cincinnati Reds and the Cleveland Indians. We're on the Reds side of the complex. On field number 3 as Pacheco takes high for ball 1. Still a warm day as we play here in late September. Wrapping up a 4-day tournament put on by Southwest Woodbat Classics. And they've got another one getting started again coming up on Wednesday night. They'll go again for the 2015 Fall Classic. They'll lead over at first base, the 2-0 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Pacheco had a healthy cut there, but can't connect, and the count goes to 2-1. Turn and throw to first, and the runner back. It's Armendariz at first base with 2 outs in the top of the first. It's the Underclass Division Championship game. And a fly ball hit well down the left field line. That is a fair ball. Armendariz will be waved around third base. And the throw from the outfield cut off. They're going to rule it a ground rule double, I believe. And sure enough, Armendariz will have to return to third base. So just a question about the ground rule and what happened down in that corner there. So it is a ground rule double for Pacheco. He'll come off for a courtesy runner as LaLiberty will run at second base. So take the run off the board for Club Spawn. Now they'll have runners at second and third with 2 outs for Jesus Moreno. And now the umpires come together to talk, and they want to make sure that they've got it right here we can't see what happened down in that corner where the ball went or what happened once it got down there. And now they're going to advance the runners a base. So the run scores, and Pacheco goes to third base. So I don't know then if that is based on what happened once the ball got down there or because they stopped it. You know, clearly it looked like Armendariz would score on the play. And maybe because they stopped it, they're going to award Pacheco the extra base. The conversation continues as the umpires give an explanation to the Wilson coaches. So it's all sorted out, and it is a run in the first inning for Club Spawn. And Jesus Moreno will bat with a runner at third base and 2 outs. Hamza ready, and his pitch hit hard out to center field. Rollin over and makes a nice catch, leaves his feet to haul it in, take away the base hit and another run, and it ends the Club Spawn first inning. They get 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. And after a half inning of play, Club Spawn leads Wilson MVP. It's Club Spawn 1 and Wilson coming up. Brennan Blakeman, the leadoff hitter, in the bottom of the first inning for Wilson MVP, and he takes strike 1. And the next one over the outer half of the plate is strike, and it's 0-2. Pitch just off the plate from Jose Pacheco, and the count 1-2. Michael Kittleson bats second for Wilson MVP. Jacob Cavalieri will hit third, then Drew Ball fourth. Aiden Callahan, the right fielder, bats fifth as that breaking ball is over for a called third strike. And that's the first out in the Wilson first inning. Anyway, again, it's Aiden Callahan in right field. Lucas Hamza, the pitcher, is sixth. Matthew Masangelo, the DH, is seventh, and Michael Venable, eighth. Riley Barrett bats ninth. Easton Irwin, 10th, and J.J. Rollin, 11th. As Kittleson fouls one back. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1. That one's fouled back out of play, and the count 1-2. Wilson MVP batting in the bottom of the first inning, down 1-0. And a breaking ball. Cavalieri takes a strike. Next one just misses, and it's 1-1. Bases empty with 2 outs in the home half of the first. Now the 1-2. Just off the plate. And it's 2-2. Defensively for Club Spawn, McFarland, Padilla, Cervantes in the outfield left to right. Johnson and La Liberty on the left side of the infield. Armendariz and Bookman on the right. Moreno catching Pacheco. And that one didn't miss by much. And the count runs full. Pacheco back-to-back strikeouts, and he has been all around the plate. And a fastball misses inside for ball 4. Now Drew Ball, the first baseman. And Ball fouls the first one back for strike 1. The 1-strike pitch. The breaking ball just misses. It's 1-1. Each of these teams went 3-0 in pool play and won their semifinal ball game. And neither team has really had a close ball game, at least based on final scores. I guess Wilson had a 1-run game, but their other 3 have been by large margins. Club Spawn won the red division. Wilson MVP won the white division. And a line shot at La Liberty, and he makes the catch, and that ends the inning. A 2-out walk for Wilson MVP. Runner left at first after 1. They trail Club Spawn 1-0. Alex Bookman leads it off in the second inning for Club Spawn. He takes low for a ball. Cervantes and Johnson will follow him in the inning. Next pitch high, 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Over for a strike, and it's 2-1. Yeah, the 1 and the 2-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss, 2-2. I mentioned the Club Spawn won the red division pool, or the red pool, I guess. They beat Predator USA 7-2. The ball hit down the line in foul territory. And we stay at 2-2. Then a couple of shutouts. They beat Ridge Baseball 15-0 and GBA White 8-0. And then dispatched Mountain West in the semifinals 11-3. The final in that one. And 2-2. And a ground ball. Left side through the hole and into left field. A base hit for Bookman to get it going. And Daniel Cervantes at the plate. And he fouls one out of play. Cervantes, the right fielder. And the 1-strike pitch. A high pop up. This one's going to get back out of play. So Hamza gets out in front of Cervantes, 0-2. 1-0 our score, top of the second inning. The 0-2. And a breaking ball inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bookman with the lead over at first. And another foul ball out of play on the first base side. Hamza looking in for the sign, now ready. And he'll turn and toss easy to first base. And a swing and a miss. Pitch up out of the strike zone. And Hamza gets Cervantes to chase. And now the batter will be Drew Johnson. Easy throw again to first. One on, one out in the second. And the pitch to Johnson misses for a ball. Wrapping up the final day of coverage here in the 2015 National Classic. Again, all 4 fields going on here at Goodyear Baseball Park, at least on the red side. There's a fly ball into shallow center, and that'll fall in front of Rolland for a base hit. So a single for Johnson and 2 aboard with 1 out for Jake McFarland. Now time called and a quick timeout from the Wilson MVP dugout. After the timeout, Hamza starts McFarland off with a strike on the outside corner. Look back to second base. And the 1-strike pitch. That's outside, and it's 1-1. And a pitch over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 1-2. And down on strikes goes McFarland for out number 2. And that'll bring up Luis Noriega. Yeah, swing and a miss for a strike. Hamza trying to pitch around some trouble here in the second. Gave up a leadoff hit, got a strikeout, but then another base hit. And that's over for a strike. Came back with a second strikeout in the inning, so runners at first and second with 2 outs. And now 0-2 the count on Noriega. Pitch just a little bit low, 1-2. Look back to second base. And time called. Now ready with a 1-2 pitch. And half swing, and I guess that got into the glove of Cavalieri. It'll go as a strikeout, and it will end the inning. Yeah, I don't know. Now they're going to throw down to first base, and now I'll call him out. So it'll go as a strikeout and a put out at first base. No runs, a couple of hits, and 2 left after an inning and a half. Still 1-0 Club Spawn with the lead. Aiden Callahan, the leadoff hitter for Wilson MVP in the bottom of the second, and he takes strike 1. Fouls the next one straight back, and he falls behind 0-2. Callahan, Hamza, and Massangelo. Pitch just off the plate as we get back to play. Count goes to 1-2. And that one hit right back up the middle, hit sharply into center field. Going to throw over to first base. And that's going to get away, and that'll put the runner to second base. So Padilla came up throwing from center field, but his throw short hops Bookman at first base and gets away. It'll go as a base hit and then an error to put Callahan at second base. Now Lucas Hamza goes after the first one and fouls it straight back to the backstop. 1-0 our score, bottom of the second inning. It's the Underclass Division Championship game. Look back to second, the 1-1, a swing and a miss, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pacheco with a set and the 1-2. Fouled out of play right side. Pacheco running in the 1-2 and a fly ball into center field. And reaching up to make the catch, Padilla. Yeah, it's the first down of the inning, and the batter is Matthew Massangelo. And a hard shot through the right side and into right field, a base hit. Cervantes up with it as the runner is held at third base, and that'll put runners at the corners for Wilson MVP. Callahan to third, Massangelo at first, and the batter is Michael Venable. And Venable going after the first pitch, a ground ball that gets under Johnson. He laid out for it, but got under him and into left field. And Wilson MVP has tied it in the bottom of the second. An RBI single for Venable as Callahan scores. Massangelo to second. And the batter is Riley Barrett. Barrett takes down and away, ball 1. Third hit of the inning for Wilson MVP. They plate their first run. And now a ground ball, going to give Johnson another chance. Didn't go to second base, instead throws across the diamond. And that's a break there. Could have just stepped on the bag. But instead it's a 5-3 ground out to retire Barrett for out number 2. And then the other runners move up 90 feet. So it's second and third with 2 outs and a run in, and the batter Easton Irwin. First one to Irwin is strike. The next one just off the plate, and they count 1-1. And that pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-2. And a swing and a miss, and that will do it as Irwin strikes out. And that ends the second inning for Wilson MVP, but they get even. They score once on 3 hits with 1 error and 2 left, and after 2, we're tied at 1. Top of the order for Club Spawn in the top of the third. And the first pitch to Michael Padilla misses inside for ball 1. Next one inside, or maybe low, 2-0. Padilla grounded out to start the ball game. And that's inside. Sounded from way up here that it got a piece of him, but no reaction down at the plate area, and so it is just ball 3, 3-0. Yeah, that's over the outer half for a strike, 3-1. One score, top of the third. And that ball fouled off the netting on the first base side, and it's 3-2. And a 3-2 pitch. Line drive right at the second baseman, Blakeman, who puts it away for out number 1. Now Tyler LaLiberty with a fly ball into center field his first time up. And he takes a pitch at the knees for strike 1. The 1 to the 1 strike pitch. Over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 0-2.
Hitters count. Put it in the drag and drop.
And a swing and a miss. The Liberty strikes out for out number 2. Fourth strikeout for Hamza. Ended up striking out the side of the second. And so 4 through 2 2/3, and now we'll go after Matt Armendariz. First one bounced in for ball 1. And the next pitch a little bit low, 2-0. Armendariz reached on an error in the first and came around to score the only run of the game thus far for Club Spawn. And hits a ball well out to left center field. Rollin won't get this one. It's over his head. Gets it back in on one hop. And it's a 2-out double. Now Jose Pacheco with a chance to help himself out. He had a extra base hit and an RBI his first time up. He takes inside for ball one. I suppose a little bit of controversy on his first at bat. He hit that ball down the left field line that got down into the corner, we believe. And again, we're blocked from here as to what happened with the ball down there. But they originally called it a ground rule double and then changed it and gave him third base and sent Armendariz home. Two and 0 the count. A runner at second and 2 outs. And the next pitch up and in for ball three. It's 3-0. And the 3-0 pitch. And that's low for ball four. 4-pitch free pass to Pacheco, and it'll bring up Jesus Moreno. And now back to play. The Liberty back on to run at first base. And the pitch to Moreno high for a ball. First and second with 2 outs, top of the third, 1-1 score in the Underclass Division Championship game. There's a pitch at the knees for a strike, and it's 1-1. Check back to second base. And the pitch low, 2-1. Each team putting runners on base. It's a matter of cashing them in here. It's a 1-1 score in the third. And the next pitch low, and it's 3-1. Now look back to second base, the 3-1 pitch. And that's hit well into right center field, and that'll fall for a hit. Armendariz waved around. He will score. And then the relay throw home allows the hitter Moreno to take an extra base. Give him credit for an RBI single to score Armendariz to make it 2-1 club spawn. The Liberty running for Pacheco goes to third base, and then again as the throw goes home, Moreno goes to second base. And now Michael Padilla on to run for Moreno at second. There's Alex Bookman. And Bookman takes strike one. Next pitch is low, and it's a ball and a strike. Pitch fouled back, and the count goes to 1-2. Now the wind and the 1-2 pitch. Popped up off the end of the bat on the right side, and it's Blakeman back on the grass, makes the catch. And the inning is over. Club spawn back in front. They get a run on 2 hits. They leave 2, and after 2.5, they lead 2-1. J.J. Rowland going after the first pitch, fouls it off for a strike. 11, 1, and 2 in the order for Wilson MVP. And a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
This game ends, keep an eye on it, and then you'll get the check from the guy still.
Still 0-2 on Rollin. Blakeman and Kittleson to follow. And a breaking ball. Rolled slowly down the first base side. Foul. And a ground ball over to third, gobbled up by Johnson. Across to first base in time. Now here's Brennan Blakeman. Popped up, first base side, playable near the line. In foul territory, Bookman with the catch. And that's out number 2. Now it's Kittleson coming to the plate. And the first pitch a little bit low, ball 1. 2 outs, base is empty in the bottom of the third. Wilson MVP down 2-1. And a pitch over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 1-1. Next one outside, 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch low, 3-1. Kittleson trying to be a 2-out base runner here in the third. If he can reach, Jacob Cavalieri will bat next in the inning. And that's low, ball 4. Cavalieri takes a strike. He walked back in the first inning. And the runner takes off, pitch a strike, throw just wide of the bag. And then coming off the bag is Kittleson, and he is punched out. So that will end the inning for Wilson MVP, and after 3 they trail 2-1. 7, 8, and 9 in the order for club spot in the 4th. Daniel Cervantes leads off, and going after the first one, fouls it off. Cervantes struck out of the 2nd, but now trying to get things started in the 4th. Drew Johnson, Jake McFarland to follow for club spawn in the 4th inning. And a breaking ball misses. They count 1-1. And this game wraps up our weekend coverage in the 2015 National Classic. We had a couple of underclass pool games yesterday. We finished the upper class division championship game earlier today, and now this underclass division championship game featuring Club Spawn and Wilson MVP. Ball down the line, but foul. And that'll bring Cervantes back with a count of 2-2. 2-2 on Cervantes as he's back in and ready. And then pitch just off the plate, and it's 3-2. And a high fly ball out to center field, rolling under it. And that's the first down in the top of the fourth inning, and here comes Drew Johnson. Johnson with a base hit his first time up. And he takes the first one high for ball one. And that's off the end of the bat and caught by the second baseman, Blakeman. Nice range showed there. Blakeman goes all the way out onto the outfield grass and brings it in for out number 2. Now here's Jay McFarland. He struck out in the second. Trying to bunt his way on, bunts it foul for strike one. Two to one our score in the top of the fourth. Club Spawn with the lead at bat. And that's fouled out of play. And Hams into the wind in the 0-2. Just off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Into the wind of the 1-2. Fastball misses away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2. And that's fouled off the netting. 2 outs of the bases empty. Club Spawn with a run in the first and a run in the third. Wilson MVP got their run in the second. And that pitch outside, 3-2. And a 3-2 pitch. And he lost him. That's ball 4. 2-out walk for McFarland. It brings up Luis Noriega. Noriega shortened the bunt. Takes ball 1. Easy toss to first, and McFarland back. Not a whole lot of pace to this one. Playing in the top of the fourth inning, 2-1 the score. Bunting, first base side, but that's foul. As the count goes to 1-1. And he got the runner picked off. Now they'll work on the rundown to try to retire McFarland. The throw back, and McFarland is out. So that will end the inning. Noriega will bat when we start the top of the fifth, but after 3.5, it's still 2-1. Cavalieri begins the bottom of the fourth inning for Wilson MVP. Fouls the first one out of play. And that pitch gets away. Cavalieri, Ball, and Callahan for Wilson MVP in the fourth. One ball, 2 strikes to count. And a swing and a miss. So Cavalieri the first down of the fourth inning. And the batter is Drew Ball. And that first one a ball, a called strike. And next one misses, and it's 1-1. Working quickly out there now as Pacheco misses again, 2-1. Wilson MVP down 2-1, batting in the bottom of the fourth. And a swing and a miss, 2-2 the count. A ground ball foul outside third base. And the ball popped up into foul territory, and I think that one just got out of play. Wind, another 2-2 pitch, and a breaking ball and a fly ball lifted to left field. And McFarland there for the catch, and that's out number 2. That brings up Aiden Callahan, who had a base hit in the second inning and scored the only run for Wilson MVP. Takes high for ball 1. And next pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. And the ball fouled out of play. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Bases empty with 2 outs for Wilson MVP in the bottom of the fourth. Down 2-1 in the Underclass Division Championship game. The 1-2. And a ground ball rolled over to the right side, picked up by Bookman. He'll tap the bag, and that will end the inning. A 3-up, 3-down fourth for Wilson MVP. After 4, they're down 2-1. Luis Noriega leads off in the fifth for Club Spawn, trying to bunt his way on, and he bunts foul. Facing a new Wilson MVP pitcher as Riley Barrett is on to pitch the fifth. Trying to bunt it again. Bunts it, picked up, and the throw to first from Barrett is in time. And we'll turn the order over again for Club Spawn as Michael Padilla bats for the third time. And a swing and a miss for strike one. Now to play on the right side, and the count goes to 0-2. Now the one and the 2-strike pitch. And that came inside. That got Padilla, so he's hit by a pitch. And he's at first base with one out for Tyler LaLiberty. First one over for a strike. LaLiberty a fly out and a strikeout in 2 at-bats. That pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-2. 2-1 our score in the top of the 5th. Club Spawn with a run in the first and a run in the third. Wilson MVP got their run in the bottom of the second. The set of the 0-2. That's low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And runner going and the ball fouled off. Padilla got a pretty good jump, but as the hitter, if you got a 2-strike count, obviously got to protect the plate, and so LaLiberty fouled it off. Runner goes again. The ball hits into right field, and that's down for a base hit. Padilla will go to third as the throw comes back in. So maybe a hit and run there. LaLiberty puts the ball in play, and Club Spawn put to runners at the corners with 1 out for Matt Armendariz. First one to Armendariz on the inside corner, a strike. And now Barrett steps off. It could be a big time in the ball game right here. It's a 2-1 lead for Club Spawn. And they've got runners at first and third with 1 out. And ball fouled back to the backstop, and it's 0-2. Not only that, but they've got their number 3 hitter at the plate, who had a double his last time up. Runner from first takes off, pitch down in the dirt. It's going to trickle away, and then he'll get a run in on a wild pitch. So give LaLiberty a steal of second, but Padilla comes in on the wild pitch and then makes it 3-1. And count now 1-2 on Matt Armendariz. And a swing and a miss, and that'll get Armendariz for the second out of the inning. And with 2 away, the batter will be Jose Pacheco. I'll look back to second. He got the runner leaning a bit, but the throw back a little bit late. Club Spawn has scored here in the top of the 5th inning. They lead 3-1. And a pitch over for a strike. Look back to second base and the 1-strike pitch. At the knees, a strike, and it's 0-2. Runner takes off, ball punched at first base side and out of play. Three to 1 our score in the Underclass Division Championship game. Another 0-2 pitch coming up. And they turn back, and that will get La Liberty off the bag. He's in the rundown, and he is tagged out. And that will end the inning. Club Spawn adds a run in the top of the 5th, and they lead 3-1. We begin the bottom of the 5th inning from Goodyear Baseball Complex in Goodyear. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's the 2015 National Classic Underclass Division Championship game. Lucas Hamza at the plate with a count of 1-1. Fouls a pitch back, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. 6, 7, and 8 in the order for Wilson. MVP down 3-1. A half swing and a foul ball. And a ball fouled back out of play. And a swing and a miss. Ball down in the dirt, so the throw will go to first base. It's a strikeout, 2-3 on the putout. And Hamza the first out in the inning. Fifth strikeout for Jose Pacheco. And now he faces Matthew Massangelo. Ball down the left side, but out of play for strike 1. Next pitch high for a ball, and it's 1-1. And a swing and a miss. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. And a ground ball over to first, and that's off the glove, maybe between the legs there of Bookman. And an E3 puts a runner aboard. And brings up Michael Venable, who had an RBI base hit back in the second. First pitch high for a ball. 1 on and 1 out at the bottom of the 5th. Wilson MVP down 3-1. And that's a foul ball. Comes back to the backstop at the count 1-1. Next one, a Venable low for a ball, 2-1. And that ball well struck out to right center field. That's going to split the outfielders. A chance for Wilson MVP to get a run here. Massangelo, nope, got to be held at third base. So it'll go as a double for Venable. And that'll put the tying runs aboard, and the go-ahead run at the plate. The batter will be Riley Barrett. And the first pitch over for a strike to Barrett. And that ball hit well out to right field. That'll hang up, though, and the catch made. Runner from third base will tag. And they throw is cut off, so it'll be a sacrifice fly, and Wilson MVP gets a run back at the bottom of the 5th inning. Massangelo scores to make it 3-2. Venable still at second with 2 outs for Easton Irwin. The ball fouled off the netting on the first base side. And the next one outside, and it's 1-1. Pitch low, 2 balls and a strike. And a fly ball into right field. Cervantes makes the grab, and that ends the inning. Wilson MVP gets a run, and after 5, they trail 3-2. Three, 4, and 5 in the order in the top of the 6th inning for Club Spawn. And the first pitch, Pacheco sends that one back and out of play, and that's strike 1. And a breaking ball fouled off. The count 0-2. Barrett's 0-2 off the end of the bat into shallow center field, and that's going to fall in front of Rollin, and that's a leadoff base hit. Now Jesus Moreno, but first a runner for Pacheco as Armendariz will take over at first base as the runner. Three to the score in the top of the sixth inning. Club Spawn with the lead. And now time called. And pitch over for a strike to Moreno. Next one low and in for a ball, 1-1. Look over to first, the 1-1. That's a low, 2 balls and a strike. Easy throw to first and the runner back. And then pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-2. And time called again. And Moreno trying to move that runner around from first base. And that pitch comes inside, and that one hits Moreno. So Barrett gets him on a 2-2 pitch, and that puts another runner aboard for Alex Buckman. Noriega runs at first base. So first and second and nobody out on the top of the sixth inning, and again an opportunity for Club Spawn to add on. First we get a timeout from the Wilson MVP dugout. 3-2, Club Spawn with the lead. Pitching change for Wilson MVP, Aiden Callahan on the pitch, and the left-hander gets the first one over for a strike. Now the look back to second and the one-strike pitch. And misses for a ball, and it's 1-1. A single and a hit by pitch to begin the sixth inning for Club Spawn. Ball off the end of the bat into foul territory. Just down to the reach of Ball, who gave chase. And they count 1-2. Look back to second base. Another check back, and the pitch on the way. And a ground ball into the hole at short. That's going to get through and into left field for a hit. Runner going to be waved around and will score as the throw got cut off, but not cleanly. Venable not able to pick it up clean on the throw from left field. And that allows the hitter Bookman to go to second base. He gets an RBI single on the play. But then Noriega, running for Moreno, moves to third, and Bookman gets to second base. So run in the top of the sixth to make it 4-2. And now second and third and nobody out for Daniel Cervantes. And Cervantes lifts a fly ball into center field. Rollin over to his left, under it with the catch. Runner Noriega tags. Throw comes to the plate, and it will not be in time. Sacrifice fly for Cervantes, and for the first time in the ball game, a team has scored more than one run in an inning. It is a two-spot now for Club Spawn in the sixth, and they lead 5-2. And fly ball to center, the first out of the inning. Bookman remains at second base, and the batter is Drew Johnson. And the first one to Johnson, low and in, ball one. Now the set from Callahan, and the pitch. And a ground ball right back up the middle. Shortstop shaded toward the bag, though. His throw will short hop ball at first base. And now the throw to the plate will not be in time as Bookman scores all the way from second on the play. So what should have been the second out of the inning turns into an E6. And another run. Johnson aboard at first for Jake McFarland. It's a 3-run sixth inning, and it's 6-2. One out here in the sixth inning. McFarland in for Club Spawn. And he hits a ground ball. That's through on the right side. Johnson to second, McFarland at first, and the batter Luis Noriega. And the first one to Noriega, low for a ball. Two aboard with one out, 3 in for Club Spawn in the sixth. And Noriega bunts foul, and they count 1-1. One and one on Noriega. Callahan with the set, and he'll look back to second base and now deliver. That bounces in, and the runners will move up 90 feet on a wild pitch. Infield in now. And a fly ball down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It's going to be foul by a couple of feet. Two balls, two strikes. And another foul ball back and out of play. And the pitch low, and it's 3-2. Callahan ready with a 3-2 pitch. And it's low, ball 4. Noriega walks. It'll bring up Michael Padilla. After the timeout, Callahan set to face Padilla. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Six to the score in the top of the 6th. Chance for the Spawn to add on big here. Next one low, and it's 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch. Outside 3-0. Nowhere to put Padilla with the bases full and 1 out of the inning. And that pitch over for a strike. It's 3-1. Into the wind in the 3-1. And that's ball 4, and that'll walk in a run. So another run in makes it 7-2, and another timeout. The timeout, a quick one, just a defensive change to get Venable off the field, and I think that's probably to have him start to throw and maybe be the next guy to come on the mound for Wilson MVP. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-2. Ninth player to come to bat in the 6th inning for Club Spawn. And a fly ball into right field. Foul territory, though. And the count stays 0-2. Pitch high for a ball. 1-2 on Tyler LaLiberty. Had a base hit his last time up, 1 for 3 on the day. Infield remains in for Wilson MVP. And a pitch fouled back. And a foul ball out of play. Another 1-2 pitch. A breaking ball is outside. Bases loaded with 1 out. 4 runs in the 6th for Club Spawn. They lead 7-2. And another one fouled out of play. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes on La Liberty. And a ground ball hit sharply through and into left field. 2 runs will score on the single from La Liberty. A second hit. RBI's 1 and 2 on the day. Nine to 2 the score, and that will do it for Callahan. Playing in the 6th, it's 9-2. Yeah, the first pitch lifted into shallow left field. Long run out there. And the fielders all get together and then trying to figure out who's going to take it. Nobody does, and it drops as a fair ball. That's how the inning has gone. And for Club Spawn, it's a base hit for Armendariz, and that reloads the bases. Still 9-2 playing in the 6th, and Jose Pacheco will bat. Pacheco led off the inning with a base hit and scored, or at least his courtesy runner scored. And that pitch over for a strike. Now 2-1. It's Brennan Blakeman on the mound for Wilson MVP. Pitch outside, 3-1. And that's up and in, ball 4, and that'll force in another run. And that makes it 10-2, and another timeout. The first pitch hit right back up the middle, and that's off the pitcher. And it's the new pitcher, Venable. And that'll be an infield base hit, another run in, and now we'll check on Venable as it was a hard shot back up the middle off the bat of Jesus Moreno. Now Venable stays in. That ball crushed out to left center field. And now the race is on. They're going to send around 2, and now 3 runners score. A 3-run double off the bat of Alex Bookman. And now Bookman at second base for Daniel Cervantes. It's an 11-run 6th inning. And it's 14-2. Breaking ball bounced in. That'll get the runner to third base. Yeah, gave you those scores for Club Spawn through pool play, and they really didn't have anybody close. 7-2, their closest game, and that was the first one. As that pitch is a strike, and it's 1-1. Another ball hit well and out to left field, but that's caught. Runner will bluff at third and not try to tag up, so it's a fly ball Off the bat of Cervantes for out number 2. And it'll bring up Drew Johnson. For Wilson MVP, they won the White pool. They beat GBA White 19-1, Gilbert Hawks 14-0, and then their closest game of the tournament, a 2-1 win over Premier West. And then in the semifinals, 14-4 winners over Wolfpack Blue. First one to Johnson, misses for a ball. And a ball grounded foul, and they count 1-1. I guess they count no balls and 2 strikes. And that's bounced in now. It's 1-2. This is a 1-run game going into the 6th. 3-2 our score starting the 6th inning. But it unraveled here in the 6th. Club Spawn has scored 11 times. And a ground ball over to the left side, picked up there, throw across the diamond. And that's in time, and that will end the inning. It's an 11-run 6th. And we go to the bottom of inning number 6, 14-2. J.J. Rollins starts it off for Wilson MVP in the bottom of the 6th and takes ball 1. Facing a new pitcher, Matt Armendariz, on to try to wrap it up here in the 6th. Pitch near the outside corner is strike, and it's 1-1. Wilson MVP had their work cut out for them, as the run rule is in effect. Next one low, and it's 2-1. And it's off the handle and just over the head of the shortstop, La Liberty, and a good start there as Rollins is aboard at first base. Now Brennan Blakeman, top of the order for Wilson MVP. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. And turn an easy throw to first base, and diving back is Rollins. Again, it was a 3-2 game going to the 6th. Club Spawn scored 11 times in the top of the 6th inning. The pitch high, and it's 2-0. They sent 15 to the plate in the 6th. Pitch on the outside corner, a strike, and it's 2-1. And the 2-1. And a ground ball over to third. They get the out at second. That throw held there. No throw to first base. They do get the lead runner, though. 5-4 on the force of Rollins. Blakeman aboard at first base on the fielder's choice. And the batter is Michael Kittleson. Yeah, things wrapping up here. One other game going on the red side of the complex as we wrap up the 2015 National Classic. Don't forget, though, the Fall Classic starts up again in just a couple of days as Kittleson takes ball 1. And the sent from Armendariz, the pitch, and that's fouled off over the dugout on the first base out, and they count 1-1. 1-on-1 out, bottom of the 6th inning. Wilson MVP in some trouble, trailing 14-2. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-2. Jacob Cavalieri next for Wilson MVP. Now the set and the pitch. And that's high. It's off the glove of Moreno. And that'll send the runner to second base. Now that takes Wilson MVP out of a double play possibility, as the count sits at 2 strikes. A little bit of everything in the top of the 6th inning. 11 runs, 7 hits, an error. And that pitch at the knees for a called third strike, and Kittleson is out, number 2. Couple of walks, make it 3 walks in the top of the 6th inning, a hit batter. Saw 3 different pitchers. It was a lengthy top of the 6th. And Wilson MVP down to their final out. Jacob Cavalieri at the plate with a runner at second. And he goes after the first one and fouls it out of play. Nothing in one on Cavalieri, who walked in the first, struck out in the 4th. And the next pitch is low, and it's 1-1. Look back to second base, the 1-1 pitch. Popped up, that'll get out of play on the first base side, and they count 1-2. Wilson MVP down to their final strike in the 6th inning. And the 1-2. Hit back up the middle. That'll extend the inning. Runner's going to be held over at third base. Throw on the money from center field. But it is a base hit for Cavalieri, and the batter will be Drew Ball. Padilla threw a dart from center field, though. Put that one in one hop right on the money at the plate. Now the set from Armendariz. He'll check over to third, and the pitch is outside for ball 1 to Drew Ball. And a ground ball into the hole at short, and that's under the glove of La Liberty and into left field. So Wilson MVP gets a run in the 6th. I think that would go as an E6. That would be a scorer's decision. But a run in to make it 14-3. Now 2 aboard with 2 outs for Aiden Callahan. And the first one to Callahan outside, ball 1. And that pitch over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 1-1. And that pitch a strike, now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now 2-2 on Callahan. 2 aboard and 2 out. A run in for Wilson MVP in the top of the 6th. At the bottom of the 6th, rather. And a one hopper to the Liberty. He'll go the short way to second. And that will do it as ball is forced 6-4 for the final out in the 6th. And the final out of the ball game. Wilson MVP gets a run on a couple of hits plus an error. They leave 2 in the 6th. And 14-3 will be our final score. Totals on the game for Club Spawn: 14 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors, and 6 left. For Wilson MVP, they get 3 runs on 6 hits. They commit 2 errors, and they leave 6 runners on base. So that will do it. Top of the 6th, really the big difference in the ball game when Club Spawn scored 11 times. And so that will do it. Once again, our final score, it's Club Spawn 14, Wilson MVP 3. From Goodyear Baseball Complex in Goodyear, Arizona, Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long. And congratulations to Club Spawn, the upper division champions of the 2015 National Classic.